Should women work even if they don't need the money? In a world where women are increasingly balancing tradition and modern ambition, one conversation remains deeply relevant. Should women work even if they don't need the money? As a professional who has worked with hundreds of women, many of them stay-at-home mothers, I offer you this answer with compassion, clarity, and clinical honesty. Yes, not always for financial gain, but for mental, emotional, and personal well-being. Idle time is not emotional rest, it's emotional overload. Many stay-at-home mothers come into therapy sessions and recount events from years ago with astonishing clarity and intensity. I still remember what my mother-in-law said to me back in 2014, and they relive it like it happened yesterday. Why? Because when you have too much time on your hands and your mind isn't occupied with purpose, it clings to negativity. The brain, especially a sharp, emotionally intuitive female brain, is not designed to be still. It needs engagement, stimulation, and growth. When you're unfulfilled or under-challenged, minor past hurts get magnified. You become emotionally stuck in outdated wounds. And, unfortunately, the easiest emotional target for this unresolved frustration becomes your husband. Resentment builds when you're not growing. A common dynamic I see in many households is this. He goes off to work. He has colleagues, conversation, goals. He looks the same, talks the same, desires the same. She, on the other hand, has changed completely. From her body to her hormones, from her energy to her confidence, everything is different. And while she loves her children deeply, she often feels invisible. No adult conversations. No recognition. No outlet for creativity or purpose. No appreciation, because young children don't know how to give it yet. So the only person she can express this pain to is her husband, who often becomes the emotional punching bag for her buried exhaustion, identity loss, and longing for the woman she used to be. Work isn't always about money, it's about identity. Working, whether it's part-time, creative, entrepreneurial, or corporate, forces a woman to do several critical things. Get dressed in the morning. Show up for herself and others. Use her mind. Talk to adults. Feel competent and valuable. When you have a role outside of motherhood, you reconnect with the woman inside the mother. You remember who you were before the diapers, the routines, and the silent exhaustion. And it's not about abandoning the child. Far from it. In fact, the most balanced and self-respecting mothers often prioritize their child's first 2 to 3 years fully, but also plant seeds for their own future. Fulfillment. It could be freelancing from home, running a small business, volunteering, studying something they've always loved, or simply having a few hours a week that are theirs. Because purpose doesn't have to be profit. Sometimes it's just progress. A fulfilled woman is a calmer, stronger, happier partner. When a woman starts to feel like herself again, a few magical things happen. No longer resents her husband for having a life. Begins to appreciate her own reflection. No longer clings to past drama. Becomes more present, more passionate, more peaceful. And ironically, she shows up as a better mother too. Because children don't need a perfect mother. They need a whole one. Final thoughts. You are more than a role. To the women reading this, motherhood is sacred, but it is not your entire identity. Don't abandon your personal evolution in the name of sacrifice. Your purpose doesn't end just because your child's journey has begun. Make the child your priority, absolutely. But make your soul your responsibility. Even if it's 1 hour a day. Even if it's a passion project that pays nothing. Even if it's not for them but just for you. Because a woman who is fulfilled is not just more beautiful. She's more resilient, more magnetic, and more free.